So where do ideas come from? You see, there's a little inventor in all of us. As human beings, we can't help ourselves. We are hardwired problem solvers. I'm Lee Sutton. I design and build my own innovations, and this is my story, from underground miner to inventor. This story started with a unique idea to save the lives of underground miners, and the leap of faith it took to launch it from conception to reality. The danger I was trying to prevent occurs while mining underground, where heavy drill rod sections can fall from the level above down and into the level below, where people and machinery could be working. What I set out to do was to develop a light, user-friendly, easy to install and cost-effective solution to this hazard. This idea started deep underground, where I was almost seriously injured by this very hazard. This was a spark that set me on the road to solve this problem. This pathway was strewn with problems, each requiring a new solution. As I solved one problem, a new one would appear. While I had a firm idea for the invention itself, my first major problem was that I needed some way to simulate this catastrophic underground falling event. I needed to create another invention where I could drop these rods in a controlled manner so I could observe carefully what was actually happening to ensure that my invention could withstand this punishment. As I didn't have a big enough shovel to dig my own mine, all of this would have to be done above ground. I solved this by designing and building my very own high energy impact test rig to test my prototypes, and as crazy as it may sound, the biggest one was over 20 stories tall. I also needed a way to mimic the rock from underground to fit in my test rig, and so I went ahead and I built my very own master concrete mould that I could build these replaceable concrete blocks with. And to see what was happening on the inside of the block after each test, I designed them so I could open them up to see what was happening internally. Now I accurately had a way to simulate what was happening underground. From the start, my design had two separate operating systems that interacted with one another, a design it still has today. What I needed to do was figure out what combinations and materials I needed to make it work efficiently. As they say, fail early, fail often, but always fail forward. And boy, I gotta tell you, some of those early failures were absolutely spectacular. But eventually, I got a prototype to work. And as the designs got better, the test weights got heavier and faster. So I turned around and made my invention even lighter and more efficient again incurring another round of failures. But persistence prevailed, and I was able to make a prototype that I was happy with. But we still had a long way to go.